Let's dive into some strategies that you can use to navigate this ever-changing geopolitical landscape we all live in and, start to address some of the questions that we've highlighted. First, you need to integrate managing data transfer risk into your existing data protection risk management process and identify and assessing that risk as you build your data inventory and records of processing activities. This will help, determine what tools such as like certifications that you're going to need as part of your data transfer toolkit. So first, let's take a look at understanding exactly, what's going on in different jurisdictions and kind of the types of questions you need to answer. So first, looking at kind of the workflow for managing data transfers, especially, as the European Data Protection Board has issued guidelines. China has put, prescriptive rules in place around transferring data across borders. As Machek talked about with South Korea and the DeepSeek case, making sure, you're having that transparency. So this, is requiring companies to understand where the data is going in terms of geographical location. And the approach that we recommend in helping companies do this is that one, doing that jurisdictional analysis, and we'll talk about, how TrustArc can help you there. We do help you flag where a company may have data transfer risks based on where the data is going and doing that jurisdictional analysis. So it, takes a lot of time to research that, and we'll go dive into some of the types of things that have to be researched to really do that analysis and what a potential workflow looks like. TrustArc, we analyzed over 80 different jurisdictions to address some of these questions for you. Key consideration being is for data transfers is the risk associated with the destination and the protections in place within that jurisdiction. And there's three main areas that are required assessment for each jurisdiction. So the legal framework, what do they have in place? Does it adhere to the rule of law, recognize a constitutional or legal right to privacy, and acknowledge relevant legal conventions? The next question is around the presence of an independent supervisory authority. Can that authority issue binding decisions and actively investigate complaints from individuals, regardless of the individual's residency or nationality? And then the last key area to look at is government surveillance and data sharing practices. So, what laws govern national public security? Are there limitations on secondary uses of data by government agencies? What are the requirements for accessing data, such as, are court orders or warrants required? And what obligations do telecommunication providers have to cooperate with law enforcement? So those are types of questions that need to be answered as part of that jurisdictional analysis, and understanding these aspects clarifies the risk and available protections in the destination jurisdiction, simplifying the risk assessment for vendor management, identifying data processing locations,